Welcome to Pringle the One's world.
Yeah, what's up, YouTube fam? Pringle the One in the goddamn building today. How the hell doing? Hope we're doing good and shit. And today, y'all, I have a story for y'all. Kingdom Hearts is the name of the story today. And guys, I gotta say, without a doubt, this story is a pretty funny story, I think. Or, you know, it's a pretty good story from what my past tells me about with it. And my memories of recollection, you know, go through that and all that good stuff. And I'm going to tell you something about Kingdom Hearts, man. Yeah, and I'm not talking about the third or the 2.8 or the 2.5. I'm more so talking about my experience with the first one. When I first played the first one, I didn't know what I was getting into. And it was around, I believe, like 6th grade. And, you know, it's funny because I didn't know that there was games like that, really. I didn't really get too into games. I used to buy random shit, like I'd buy the most randomest games when I was much younger before that. But the game that I played before Kingdom Hearts was Final Fantasy X. And my friend was like, I had a friend, man, and this motherfucker, like, he was funny, man. He made these pow fruit jokes about Kyrie and stuff like that. And he was like, yo, he lent me the game. He was like, try this game out, right? And I played the game, and like I tried it out because, you know, I wasn't paying for shit, man. That was like, when you were young, man, it was the perfect time to ask friends if they got a game to lend it to you. And that's what it was with Kingdom Hearts, man, and Final Fantasy X. And the thing is that with Final Fantasy X, I got locked at one point because I couldn't beat the summons from Yuna or some shit. And it's funny because I have the game, but I haven't even touched it that much. And then I played Kingdom Hearts, and, you know, I really didn't know what I was expecting when I played the game. Like, how weird could it possibly be? You have one main character with the most biggest fucking shoes ever, and then you have like a crossover with Donald and Goofy, and yo, that was like the weirdest shit ever. Like I didn't think that when I played this game it would house kind of like these emotions that I would be like, man, I kind of sometimes wish my life was like that, even though that's kind of stupid. You know, sometimes you really do think, or you wish your life was not the way it was, because I remember when I was in 6th grade, I didn't really enjoy school, and to this day I still don't. And it was funny because school was so boring to me, and it still is to this day, man. Like, it's just such a boring thing. I like learning, though, don't get me wrong, I like learning, but school has always been just this most boring thing to do. But then when I played Kingdom Hearts, I was like, man, what, several worlds, you know, gummy ships, you know, different worlds out there. I was like, yo, this shit gotta be real, man. This shit's gotta be real. Like, for the longest time, I convinced myself it was real. Like, just like Pokemon, I really thought, yo, Pokemon's gotta be real, nigga. Someone out there has a Charmander, and the bitch hiding it in his fucking attic, or he got like a Pikachu, and he's using the Pikachu to pay his light bill, and he don't want to tell us and shit. And that's how I felt like with those games. That's how I felt like with Kingdom Hearts. Especially, like, you know, the theme of Kingdom Hearts, which is like friendship and hearts and gathering the hearts and the heartless. So when I first played that game, man, I know life the living shit out of it. I beat it in like a week. I took it to my friends and they're like, nah, you ain't beat it. I was like, yeah, man, I beat it, man. Yeah, you ain't beat it. Yeah, I beat it, man. One thing I couldn't beat was like the secret bosses, but like, man, who could beat Sephiroth when you was, man, I guess there's some Chinese Asian dude out there, some fucking Japanese dude that's able to kill Sephiroth fucking perfect and shit like that with no damage at proud mode and stuff. But I played the game, man, and I really enjoyed it, and this kind of set a future for me with JRPGs, which I didn't think about it till now. It put that stone, like that setting pedestal that was like, yo, games like these, like Square Enix and Atlas and companies that make games that are just Japanese role-playing games, you know, JRPGs, but they offer them to America, and then we get them. I didn't think they would be that good, and I think that's where I found my niche, like playing Final Fantasy X. I enjoyed Final Fantasy X. I also even played like the first Final Fantasies. This was like same time around where I played, I believe, Golden Sun. I think Golden Sun came out around that same time. And I played those games and I was like, yo, this turn-based stuff is like really good, because the story, you know, these stories aren't really that amazing, but they're enjoyable. And I think that's another thing that made me really enjoy the niche of Japanese RPG games. And this is where Kingdom Hearts comes in, where it shows you like a game that's like action-based, but you know, the story is simple. I'm talking about Kingdom Hearts 1, because after the second, third, all the extra shit, it became very convoluted. and there's just so much extra stuff there. But playing that first one, I was like, yo, this amazed me at how it damn near like, yo, now we're looking at 10 years in and the fighting system still is not bad. It's still good. And dog, that game is old, man. Like, it's old. They remade the games, remastered them, I mean, and they put them in like an HD collection. And yo, that was the dopest shit ever. I didn't think that a solid franchise would be created from there on out. And then I was like, yo, man, I gotta get the second one if it drops, because the first one left you at a cliffhanger and shit. But the second one, you know, I mean, that's what they're gonna do with this game anyways. But playing that game made me realize how fucking dope these motherfuckers can make some shit happen. Like, yo, it is the dopest shit ever, man. Playing that, dog, I swear to you guys, if you have not played Kingdom Hearts 1, yo, play it, man. You might not even care much about the story. If that's all right. But I'll tell you what, the gameplay is solid, and that's like when I was a kid, man, games like this really did help me, man. I swear to you, Kingdom Hearts 1 may have been possibly the start of my Japanese RPG niche, where I play games like this, like Disgaea, Manakimi, Atelier Iris, fucking all the Japanese games. Now I'm not counting Pokemon at all in this case, because Pokemon was just like, I'm not gonna count Pokemon because that's like the most basic fucking, because if you really think about it, Pokemon is a JRPG, but it's like the most basic one you can get. Like, it has like such a straight up rock, paper, scissors formula. Like, water beats fire, you know what I'm saying? Water's weak against rock. I don't know how the fuck that works. But anyways, Kingdom Hearts 1, if anything, it's one of those games that I believe even the soundtrack was like very memorable. I believe anybody should cop it, man. Cop it, yo. You might really enjoy what you got, man. But for this part, for this game, this is worth it. So I hope you guys enjoy this. This is my second episode of Stories Through Gaming. Stories Through Gaming, why I and you love video games. Inspired by the completionists. That's how I'm gonna end it every time. Inspired by the completionists. And inspired by everybody that plays these games as well and support my channel. Hope you guys enjoyed that and cop this game. Comments get commenting, subscribers get subscribers, likers get the liking. I'm out this bitch. Take care, everybody. Much love and appreciation. Peace.